So I really like having the Arts Council so close to where I work up at Signature School. Even if I didn't have the ability to just walk my students down to the gallery, say I was at a different school, I would still try to make sure bus trip or whatever to go see the art gallery in person, because it's a really important tool that we have, and a lot of cities our size don't really have an arts council of this caliber. So I always try to make sure to use what's available to me.
When I became president of the Evansville Civic Theater Board of Directors, I knew my first phone call and my first meeting had to be with the executive director of the Arts Council of Southwestern Indiana, because the organization was struggling. We were on the back end of COVID. We were trying to figure out what the future looked like, and I knew that the Arts Council would be a tremendous resource, both as we were looking at what our financial situation looked like, what our physical space looked like, where we needed to go in the future to become a viable organization that provided the community with the sort of theater experience and the sort of arts experience we needed. So I was able to sit down with her, have a cup of coffee. We were able to connect on finding a new space for the theater to perform as sort of an interim between the old space that we kind of aged out of, and a new space that we're hoping to move into. So they were able to help connect us there. They were able to talk us through some of the financial challenges that everybody was going through at the end of COVID. So just having that as a resource has taken us from an organization that felt like we were really on the brink at the end of the pandemic to an organization that seems to have a viable and sustainable future today.
So I entered my first show and I met Andrea. She gave me a few pointers and a little advice, and I took it to heart. And then I realized kind of that the way the Arts Council is set up, it's set up to help you grow better as an artist. So I started thinking of ideas, and I started coming into the Arts Council and telling them my ideas, and they would always push me and say, hey, this is something that you can really make happen. So the impact that the Arts Council has had on me is being able to take a dream and turn it into reality with a lot of different projects over time, a lot of my art pieces, and they've really shown love and appreciation for what it is that I do here in the community.
It's important to support the Arts Council because this programming that we do, all of the thousands and thousands of experiences and opportunities we provide each year, there's a cost attached. And for the Arts Council, we've done such a good job of making it seem seamless for us to put programming into the community. And the reality is that there are staffing costs, there are facilities costs, there are creation costs. And we want to invite the public into being a part of supporting that and enabling us to do this work. It doesn't just happen on its own. I think that people would be surprised to know the number of things that we're doing behind the scenes throughout the community, not just in the gallery, and understanding that those are part of the costs that we have to fund each year. So it's important that we have support from the private community, the corporate community, the philanthropic community, and the political community, really, because we're serving all of the community and we're inviting people in to be our partners in doing so.